Picture SoFi Stadium rocking, the crowd's energy through the roof, but behind the scenes, the Los Angeles Chargers are stirring up a storm with news that could change it all. We've got 4 bombshells today that'll leave you stunned. Bold moves, epic comebacks, and NFL rumors that'll blow your mind. Are the Chargers ready to take over the league? You won't believe what's coming. Grab a seat, smash that like button, and let's dive in. Which stories got you shook? Drop it in the comments. Still buzzing from the NFL's rumor mill? Hold up, this one's a game changer. The Chargers are eyeing a trade that could supercharge their defense. Word is, Luke Vaness, a former first-round pick from Green Bay, might be headed to LA. That's right, the edge rusher who hasn't quite clicked with the Packers is being floated as a potential partner for the beast Khalil Mack. But why now? And is it worth the gamble? Let's break it down. The Packers shocked the league by cutting Jaire Alexander, an all-pro corner, after he refused a deal with no guaranteed money. Fans are freaking out, and it's forced Green Bay to rethink their roster. Vaness, who was supposed to be their defensive future, hasn't lived up to the hype. According to Anthony Palacios from Last Word on Sports, the Chargers see him as a golden opportunity to boost their pass rush. With Deshaun Hand and Otito Ogbonnia in the mix, Vaness could be a serious upgrade, but at what price? Our defense already boasts Joey Bosa and Mack, but injuries and depth issues keep us up at night. A trade for Vaness could bring the heat we need to rattle offenses like Kansas City's fans on X are split. Some call it a genius move, others worry about spending big on an unproven talent. If he didn't shine in Green Bay, why would he here? One fan tweeted. But a fresh start can work wonders, especially with Jesse Minter shaping our defense. The stakes? If it clicks, our front line becomes a nightmare for rivals. If it flops, it's a costly misstep. And while we're chewing on this trade talk, there's more heating up in Chargers land. Trust me, this is just the start of today's roller coaster. While we're dreaming of Vaness wreaking havoc, there's a name stealing the spotlight at Chargers minicamp. Junior Colson! The linebacker who arrived from Michigan with sky-high expectations is back with a vengeance after a rough rookie year. Remember the hype when Harbaugh drafted his former Wolverine in the 3rd round of 2024? An appendectomy in camp and an ankle injury that landed him on IR crushed those vibes, limiting him to just 32% of defensive snaps. Fans were frustrated, dying to see the beast who ruled in Ann Arbor. But hold up, Colson showed up to minicamp looking like a brand new player. Harbaugh couldn't hold back. He's back to the guy we know, 5/5, A+ across the board. Music to our ears, right? With Jesse Minter calling the shots, the goal's a top 5 defense, but holes in the secondary are a red flag. Colson could be the missing piece in the middle, bringing aggression and smarts. Fans on X are hyped. If he plays like he did at Michigan, good luck stopping him, one tweeted. But here's the catch. Linebacker's a tough gig for NFL rookies, especially with injuries in the mix. Can Colson keep this momentum? The impact's huge. A locked-in Colson paired with Dayan Henley could make our defense a brick wall. If he falters, Minter's on the hot seat to plug the gaps. And while we're riding this comeback high, there's another story shaking SoFi Stadium. Are the Chargers about to go all in on a move that'll change everything? And as Colson's got us believing in the defense again, a massive name circling the Chargers, Jalen Ramsey. Yup, the Dolphins superstar corner is on LA's radar, and the thought of him suiting up in powder blue has fans losing it. Is this the move of the year or a risk we can't afford? Let's dive in. The Chargers want a top 5 defense under Minter, but the secondary's a weak link. Cam Hart and Tarheeb Still are young studs, but off-season adds like Dante Jackson and Benjamin St. Just with shaky PFF grades aren't exactly screaming lockdown. One fan on X vented, "Lose a starter, and our secondary's toast." Enter Ramsey, one of the NFL's elite, who could transform our coverage. But the cost? Steep. Trades for guys like him demand draft picks and maybe even players. With cap space to spare, the Chargers could swing it, but is it worth burning assets? Fans are torn. Ramsey's a game changer, but we can't mortgage the future, one posted. The risk is real. One injury to harder still, and we're leaning on Dean Leonard or Jasser Taylor for big snaps. Ramsey's an all-pro insurance policy, but the price could limit moves elsewhere. Scheme-wise, he's a perfect fit for Minter's versatile system. A locked-in Ramsey could erase guys like Tyreek Hill and free up Bosa and Mack to feast. But if the trade bombs, it's an all-in that leaves us thin. While we're weighing this blockbuster, there's one more Charger ready to explode. And this next story, it's gonna leave you speechless. And while we're fantasizing about Ramsey locking down the secondary, there's an offensive star ready to steal the show, Ladd McConkey. Our wide receiver opened up about his second season prep, and the news is straight fire. After a rookie year plagued by injuries but stacked with franchise records as the Chargers' WR1, McConkey's coming back stronger, literally. Eric Smith from the team's site dropped the bombshell. He's been working on his body and looks like he bulked up. Picture this, McConkey, more jacked, still blazing fast and sharp in his routes. That could be the key to a 2025 breakout. Fans on X are buzzing. If he plays all 17 games, he's Pro Bowl bound, one tweeted. But it's not just about muscle. Year 2 is when players often hit their stride, with pro-level training and no draft grind. McConkey's already proven he's Justin Herbert's go-to, but injuries held him back. Now with a sharper offense and Harbaugh's vision, he's set to shine. Scheme-wise, a healthy McConkey stretches defenses, creating space for Joshua Palmer and Quentin Johnston. But what if injuries strike again? Fans know the fear. "I'm done seeing our We're One on the sideline," one griped. "The stakes are clear. A red-hot McConkey makes our offense unstoppable. If not, Herbert's carrying the load solo." And while we're hyped for this star in the making, there's more brewing that'll get your pulse racing. What a day, Chargers Nation. Luke Vaness could juice up our defense. Junior Colson's back like a force of nature. Jalen Ramsey's the dream-splitting fans, and Ladd McConkey's primed to light up the offense. The Chargers are building a squad to chase glory, but the risks are real. Can Harbaugh and Minter turn these pieces into a juggernaut? The season's creeping closer, and the fan base is electric. Which stories got you most fired up? Smash the like button, hit subscribe, and let's argue it out in the comments.